and I saw the title centered on the page, and it was called A Parable. And this is exactly as I recall the story. And I want to tell you that I know nothing about geese. I've never cooked one or raised one, and this is all about a goose. And so I call it a parable or a Christmas fable. And this is exactly the way it happened in my dream. Once upon a time, there was a farmer who kept a flock of geese. And one year, he hatched out 15 goslings. One of them, a male, was larger and stronger than the others. This one, he said, is going to be the best. Indeed, at feeding time, the others held back so he could go to the trough first and eat his fill. He grew large and fatter, and his feathers were whiter and glossier, and he strutted about, preening himself. The children adopted him as a pet and named him Zola. One day, just before Christmas, the farmer's wife came down to the pen and, leaning with her elbows on the fence, cried, "Oh, what a fine fat bird he is. Next week we must get out the hatchet and chop off his head and prepare him to cook. The children can help with the pin feathers, and I will stuff him with bread and apples and raisins and a bit of sage, and make giblet gravy, saving out the liver, of course, to make a pâté for New Year's. I'll get out the gooseberry jam and open the bottle of wine that Grandpa made last year. And when he's ready to eat, I'll bring him to the table on a platter with sprigs of holly all around and a truffle on top. And we will eat too much and stuff ourselves until we all fall asleep after dinner." Just then, Zola turned his head and looked the farmer's wife square in the eye, and he did not like what he saw. A dark cloud came across the sky, and he had a feeling of foreboding. That evening, when the farmer came to bring fresh water to the flock, he slipped off the gate and waddled across the field and over the hill and was never seen again. Many years ago, a famous wit living in the south of France, was it Scott Fitzgerald or his friend Gerald Murphy, coined the phrase, "Living well is the best revenge." But for Zola, it was merely living.
Oh, that's good.
Right.
We're having such a wonderful imagination.
Listen, this all came out of my subconscious.
Oh, and how did you know about the
Zola.
on the
Where did
top?
I get the name Zola? This is the most interesting experience I've had in my whole life.
Well, let's hope there are more.
Gooseberry jam.
Whole family specialty here.
You're,
Isn't it?
Very biography of Zola. Very biography.
And after
you're a literature major, Susanna. You tell us.
after I woke up, I was thinking about the stuffing,
Yes.
and was the bread, apples, and raisins, or just would go in a goose, and you save the liver for pâté. You know, goose liver, very fast. This is all so strange to me. I just couldn't get over it, and I repeated it without writing it. This first time I've written it down to several of my friends, and they said you should write that down